Hello dear student, this is Neelam Joshi, Assistant Professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering, and today I am going to discuss about operations on linear arrays, and the subject code of data structure is CS303. So here are the outlines which is divided into prerequisites of topic, then problem objective. Then we will discuss about various operation in the form of traversing of linear array, insertion in linear array and deletion in linear arrays. Then assignment and learning outcome, and finally references. So first of all, prerequisites of the topic. So here you should have knowledge about what is array and why we need array in data structure. Okay, and also you should have knowledge about various types of array. So here I just want to recall you that what is actually the array. So array is used as a collection of variables that are of similar data types, and in other words we can say that they are having a common name. So here the main topic of our discussion is the difference between the one dimensional, two dimensional array and 3 and 4 dimensional array too. So basically these are represented as the types of array, and one dimensional array is just a list of variables with the same data type, and that's why it is called a linear data arrays, and in my today's video we will discuss on it, okay, in the form of operations. And before going forward to understand these operation, you should have knowledge about the how we can represent it in the form of memory. So for this you just follow my previous video and watch this video, then you are able to understand that how the one dimensional, two dimensional and three dimensional array is represented in the memory, and how we can calculate the address or the location of any particular element in the array. Okay, and also you should have knowledge about various types of example. As you know that one dimensional array is just represented in the form of linear array. So basically it's a stored single list of elements of similar data type, whether two dimensional arrays list is stored as list of list, or we can say that arrays of array or array of one dimensional array. So when we are using one dimensional array, then we are just pretended it into the form where we have to specify the type name first of all, and then variable name, and then just the size of the array. Whether we are declaring the two dimensional array, then we have to just identify and define in the form of as data type, then variable name, then the size of first array and the size of second array. So generally the two dimensional array is represented in the form of matrix. And if we are talking about the total number of byte, means the total size, then one dimensional array basically defined as size of data type of array variable into the size of array. And whenever we talk about the two dimensional array, then it is defined the total bytes in the form of size of data type of array variable into the size of first index into size of second index. So for better understanding these all points, just follow my previous video. Again I just want to tell you this thing, and these actually the basic requirement before going forward to understand about the today's video lecture. Okay, now the problem objective which we will discuss in today's video is categorized in the form where the first one is we will discuss on what are various operations performed in linear array, and then we will discuss on the traversing in linear array by using an algorithm, and also we will discuss on insertion and deletion in linear array. Okay, now first of all operation performed on the array. So in my previous video I have already told you that we can perform various types of operation on arrays, but here in this video and in this slide I am just covering the three on which we will on which our today's video lecture based. So the first one is traversing, and the means is traversing is to visit all the elements of the array in an operation is called traversing. That means if we are having any tree like structure, then we have to follow each and every node in the form of exploration, or we can say that in the form of traversing, to find a particular position of any element. And then the second operation is insertion. It means to put values into a array. That means by using the insertion algorithm, we are just putting any number of element in the given array in at any position, either in the starting or in the middle or in the end. Okay. And if we are talking about the next operation, which is deletion, then it is used to delete a value from an array. So like insertion, if we want to delete any item from the array, then we use the deletion algorithm, which is just used to delete an item either from the beginning or from the end, or also from the middle. So first of all, we are just going forward to understand that what is traversing. First of all, you need to understand that what is traversing. So I already discussed about what is traversing in the form of definition. And traversal in a linear array is the process of visiting each element once. And traversal is done by starting with the first element of the array and reaching to the last. So basically the sense is that traversal operation can be used in counting the array's element, printing the value stored in the array, and updating the existing values, or summing up all the element value. Here, if a user want to do similar calculation on each element of the array, then for this purpose we use traversal operation. And here when we talk about the number of elements in linear array, then the number of elements in a linear array can be calculated when the index of first element and index of last element is known. Okay, if we are indicating the first element as lower bound, and this is the first element, and if we are taking last element as upper bound, then for this purpose, if we want to calculate the number of element n, then this nth number element is calculated in the form of upper bound minus lower bound plus 1. Okay, so now you are now you can understand that how can we get any nth number of element position by using these upper bound and lower bound. Okay, here you can see that for traversing any element we have to follow some specific rules, like first of all visiting the entire array, then accessing and processing each element of the array, then traversing in a linear array. Simply the means is that first of all we just start with the root node. Okay, like for example, if we are traversing a tree, then we will start from the root node, and then we access this root node, either it have child nodes or not. If it have child node, then we will again go forward to traverse the child node, and then we will access these child nodes and then process each element, and then again do the same procedure for further movement in the tree. Okay, now for better understanding this traversing procedure, I am just writing here this algorithm so that you can easily understand that how the traversing is done. When we are using this algorithm, then here in this algorithm we traverse a linear array which is indicated as LA. Okay, and the simplicity of this algorithm comes from the fact that LA is a linear structure, and other linear structures such as linked list can also be easily traversed. But on the other hand, the traversal of a non-linear structure such as trees and graph is considerably more complicated. So for this purpose, we are just defining this algorithm so you can easily understand that the whole traversing procedure in a very simple way. So here in this algorithm, first of all, you can see that we will perform the operation in the form of process. Okay, and then we are defining here LA as a linear array, LB as a lower bound, UB as a upper bound. So again, here I just want to recall you that LB, that means lower bound, is the first element of array and upper bound is the last element in the array. Okay, then in the first step we initialize the counter value. We need to count each element, so for this purpose we are just starting this counter value, and after that we are just taking any type of variable for the calculation of these value and also for the comparison. So here we are taking and indicated as k. So here we set k is equals to lower bound. That means very simple to say that when we are starting to go forward from anywhere to any place, then we are just starting from the first place. That means at present we are at that in any point, then we started from this that point, and then we move forward to gain our achievement. Okay, so similarly we are just starting and set the value of k as lower bound because it is the first value, and after that here we need to apply some check so that we can easily calculate and traverse the whole value in the given array. So here we are just applying this check in the form of k is less than is equals to ub, means when the value of k becomes high in comparison of upper bound, then it automatically close this step. Okay, and then visit element and apply process to LAK. Means simply we are just starting to traversing each element by using the processing processing operation actually. Okay, and then we increase the counter value so that we are just able to get the position in the form of k is equals to k plus 1, means each time we are moving forward to get new node, then we are just increment this counter as a 1. Okay, and then exit. Simply the means is that we are just traversing the whole element in the given array, and after this constraint is satisfied, then we will stop our procedure. Okay, now next one is insertion. As we all know that array is a collection of items stored at contiguous memory location. So here we can insert any element in a given array, and for this purpose we have to follow some specific rules like inserting an element in a linear array. And actually for insertion, first of all we get the element to be inserted. Okay, and then get the position at which the element is to be inserted, and then shift the array element from this position to one position forward, and do this for all the other element which is next to the selected item. Okay, and then insert the element which we want to insert now at the position, and then we can say that now our item is inserted into the given array. Okay, so for insertion, we are just categorized as inserting an element in a linear array. Then insertion in the end of the linear array is easy, and inserting in middle of the array is tough. Simply the means of these lines is very simple, because if we want to add somewhere and delete something from anywhere, then it is very easy if they are at the position in starting or ending. Okay, but if we talk about the middle element, either in the case of insertion or deletion, this is very tough to add something in the middle and delete something from the middle. Sometimes deletion also provide a very easy procedure for the middle element, but insertion something which is provide us a very critical moment to insert any item into the middle position. Okay, now we can understand the insertion procedure by using this algorithm. So here in this algorithm, first of all we are just writing the algorithm name, which is insert, then the parameter which we are using as LA, lower bound, n is the nth number of element, k is the variable which is used to which is used as the helping variable, and item is the particular element which we want to insert. Okay, so first of all, in first step we have to initialize the counter value. That means set j is equals to n. This is set. Okay, so here first of all we should have knowledge about what type of elements are already present in our array, and then according to the given element we just set the value of j. Okay, then again we apply the check to so that we are not able to go beyond the loop. So for this purpose we are just apply the constant like j is equals to greater than k. Okay, and then move j's element downward. The means is that here if we are taking an array like here you can see that first of all we have to find out the actual value of our array size, and then for this we are just indicating as lower bound value in a linear array set as the first element, and here we need to set the value of j plus 1 is equals to linear array j. That means if we are talking about here this fifth number of element, okay, then you know that array is always starting from the 0th position. So if we want to talk about the position, then here the position is indicated as 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4th position. But whether if we are talking about the number of element, then this is the fifth element, because here we are inserting first element, then second element, then third element, fourth element and fifth element. That means the fifth number of element is just using the position 4th. So for this purpose here we have to set the value in the form of position, that LA j plus 1 is equals to LAJ. Okay, means simply we are just placing the fifth item on the 4th position. Okay, now we decrement the counter value as j is equals to j plus 1, because now we are get the position from where we want to insert our item, then we have to decrease the counter value. Okay, then we insert the element which is indicated as set LAK is equals to item. When after decrement, when we are getting the empty space which is indicated as k here, then we insert this selected item at this position which is empty position, and then reset the n, because now if for example there are already 4 elements available in the list, then after insertion of 5th element, now we need to know that we have to reset the value of nth element, because it is now the 5 element in the array, and this is indicated as set n is equals to n plus 1. Okay, means now the element which is before insertion is 4, and now it becoming 5 element. Then exit the algorithm. Okay, now the next one is deletion operation. In delete operation, the elements to be deleted is searched using the linear search. That means first of all we have to apply the searching procedure, okay, that which element we want to delete. After searching, then we apply the delete operation which we want to perform from the given list, and for which element we want to delete by shifting the elements. Okay, so here we perform deleting an element in a linear array, and whenever, as I already mentioned, that whenever we talk about the deletion in the end of linear array, then it is very easy procedure. Similarly, if it is the first position, then the deletion in the front end is also very easy step. But whenever we talk about the deletion in middle of array, then this becomes a very tough task. Okay, and for better understanding this deletion operation, again we are using the algorithm for deletion. So here in this algorithm, first of all we are just marking the name of algorithm as deletion, and then the parameter which we are using as LA, which indicating the linear array. Nth is the number of elements which are available in array, and k is just the helping variable, and item is indicated again as the value which we want to delete. So in this algorithm, first of all we set the item is equals to LAK. Here the means is simple. First of all we choose the item which we want to delete, and which is just equal to the kth element. Okay, and then repeat for j is equals to k to n minus 1. The simple means is that when we are just choosing the item which we want to delete, then we have to apply the procedure till n minus 1. Then that means we are just after deletion get the position which is now nth minus 1. Okay, then set Laj is equals to Laj plus 1. Again, if we are talking about the number of elements, then still if there are 5 elements in the given already given array, like 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, and whenever we talk about the position, then again it is 0th position, 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 4th. So the means simple is that the number of position is 4 and the number of element total are 5. So here we have to find out the actual position and the number of element. So for this purpose we set the Laj is equals to Laj plus 1. That means we are just deleting the item which is available at the jth position. Okay, and when we delete the item, then obviously the array size now n minus 1, and so for this purpose we reset the number of n element, and it is indicated as set n is equals to n minus 1. Means if array having 5 element initially, then after deletion now the value is n minus 1, 4 element. Then we exit this algorithm. Okay, so in this way the whole operations in the form of traversing, insertion and deletion is performed, and for this purpose and for better understanding we will discuss the programming approach by taking a simple example of any list in the form of array by using C or C++, whatever in our webinars. And this is the assignment which is based on today's video. So here you have to do assignment in the form where given a linear array of 10 elements, perform following operation on this array, traverse all the elements of this array, insert an element at the end of the array, delete the first element of this array. Okay, so just do this assignment, and we will discuss about this assignment in our webinar class. And these are the learning outcomes of today's video. So after watching this video, now you are able to understand the traversing in linear array and what is actually the means of traversing, and also you are now able to understand that insertion and deletion means what, and how the insertion and deletion is performed in a linear array. Okay, and here are the SALO point. Basically SALO is indicated here as the student enhancement learning outcome. So here I have just taken these SALO point because I think these are the perfect for today's video lecture, that ability to solve problem through applications of theoretical and practical concept, and designing thinking ability, and ability to understand subject related concept clearly along with contemporary issues. Okay, and these are the reference which I preferred. So the first book is Data Structure and Algorithm by Aho, Hofcroft and Ullman, and the second book I preferred as Data Structure Using C by Rima Teresa. And we will discuss operations about arrays in today's video lecture, and in my coming video we will discuss similarly arrays like what is linked list, and linear linked list, and and the whole operation performed in linked list. Okay, and till then, thank you so much to all of you.